Want to add some big curb appeal on a little budget? Check out these gorgeous planters that we made with pallet wood in today's tutorial. Hello there, Remodelaholics. I'm Cassidy. Thanks for watching our DIY channel. We have new tutorials every week, so be sure to subscribe. Today, our contributor Sarah from 12 on Main is showing how she and her husband built these beautiful rustic wood planters from pallet wood slats. Using reclaimed wood means that these big, beautiful planters cost next to nothing. These are perfect for a porch or garage. Tell us in the comments below, where would you put these planters at your house? The first step of building anything with pallets is taking apart the pallet. Sarah used the same technique that we prefer, a reciprocating saw, to cut through the pallet nails. This really is the easiest way to break down a pallet. You can watch our full tutorial here, and in no time you'll have a nice pile of pallet wood to work with. As always, please be sure to wear protective gear as you work. Next, if you plan on building this, you can download the free printable building plans over at Remodelaholic.com. I'll have a link in the description box below. To begin building, cut 2x4 pieces to the measurements listed in the instructions. Sarah angled the ends of each piece for a tapered wood planter, but you can simplify and leave them straight if you prefer. Using the pieces you just cut, assemble the frame. Assemble 2 side pieces, then use the remaining pieces to connect the 2 sides and form the tapered box. You can use pocket holes if you want, but Sarah just pre-drilled holes and used regular screws since this part of the planter won't be visible once it's finished. Now you can begin to add the pallet slats. Beginning at the center, cut a slat to the correct length and then pre-drill and screw the slat into the top and bottom of the frame. Continue installing slats until you get close to the edge. The edge pieces will need to be trimmed to follow the tapered shape of the planter. Lay the pallet board in place and trace along the frame. Then trim along the line using a table saw like Sarah used, or a circular saw, or a jigsaw. Install the trim board on the planter and repeat for all 4 sides. The fun part is that it starts looking like a planter really quickly. Next, it's time to trim out the planter with some nice finishing touches. Rip down some of the pallet wood boards to 2 1/4 inches wide until you have about 15 pieces. Measure and cut 45-degree angles for the top and bottom trim pieces so the corners are neat and mitered to fit together. Next, measure and cut the vertical trim pieces. The easiest way to figure out and cut the top and bottom angles is to hold up the piece of trim and trace the angle along the wood. Sarah also mitered the long side at a 45-degree angle with the table saw so that the 2 vertical pieces will fit really neatly and nicely together. Once you have all 4 corners of the planter trimmed, finish off the top of the planter with a piece of trim. Measure the top, cut the 45-degree mitered corners, and nail in place. One more finishing touch, the farmhouse style X along each side. Carefully rip some pallet wood to 1.5 inches wide by 1/4 inch thick. Place one piece at the angle you like, trace the angles, and then cut the wood to fit. You'll notice that Sarah's X's don't go clear to the bottom corner, so do what you feel looks right and then repeat it for all 4 sides of the planter. Next, cut 2 pieces of wood to finish the X. Sarah made it easy by placing a second piece of wood across the first piece and tracing the cut locations and angles. Now just repeat this for the rest of the sides of the planter. Now it's time to prep the inside of the planter. Rather than filling the whole planter with dirt, which is both heavy and pricey, Sarah built a platform inside the planter. Measure halfway down inside the planter and then screw 4-inch pieces of 2x4 in each corner. Cut a plywood or melamine square to fit on top of the blocks. Then screw it into the blocks. You could also try using scraps of pallet wood in order to save a little extra cash. To keep the wood from aging quickly, enclose the planter section by stapling rubber sheeting or landscape fabric to the bottom and then the sides. And make sure you allow for drainage. Now, all that's left to add is your plants. Sarah chose boxwood bushes and they look amazing. What would you plant in a large planter like this? Please tell me in the comments because I'm inspired to get planting. Please leave Sarah and her husband a comment for a job well done and give them a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to see more DIY tutorials every week. Check out our playlist of awesome outdoor projects here and some of our most recent videos here, and we will see you again soon. Bye guys.